Hello, everyone. Welcome to English with Podcast. My name is Nikki.
And I'm Tony. Hi there.
Today, we have an exciting topic to talk about.
Yes, we are going to talk about common phrases at the airport. This is really useful if you travel or plan to travel.
That's right, Tony. Knowing these phrases can help you a lot at the airport. It can make your travel experience much easier and less stressful.
And by learning these phrases, you can improve your English vocabulary and speaking skills. It's like hitting two birds with one stone.
Exactly. Today, we will discuss some common phrases you can use at the airport. We'll explain the phrases, give some examples, and then you will hear a conversation using those phrases.
This way, you can see how these phrases are used in real-life situations.
All right, let's get started with our first two phrases.
The first phrase is, "Where is the check-in counter?" This is a question you ask when you want to find where you need to go to get your boarding pass and check your luggage.
The second phrase is, "Can I have a window seat, please?" You use this when you are asking for a specific seat on the plane.
Good ones, Nikki. Now let's give some examples. Have you ever used these phrases at the airport?
Yes, I have. I remember the first time I traveled alone. I didn't know where the check-in counter was. So I asked, "Where is the check-in counter?" The airport staff was very helpful and showed me the way.
That's a good example. I always ask for a window seat when I travel. I love looking out of the window. So I say, "Can I have a window seat, please?" Most of the time, they can give me one.
Those are great examples. Now, let's hear a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me, where's the check-in counter?
It's over there, next to the big screen.
Thank you. I need to check in for my flight to New York.
You're welcome. Have a good flight.
Hi. I'd like to check in, please.
Sure. Can I have your passport and ticket, please?
Here they are.
Thank you. Do you have any luggage to check in?
Yes, I have this suitcase.
All right. Do you have a seat preference?
Can I have a window seat, please?
Let me check. Yes, we have a window seat available. Here is your boarding pass.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a nice flight.
That was a good conversation.
Yes, it was. You can see how easy it is to use these phrases at the airport.
I liked how Henry asked, "Where is the check-in counter?" And then later asked for a window seat. It's very natural.
Exactly. And the check-in staff was very polite and helpful.
That's another important thing to remember. When you're polite, people are more likely to help you.
Yes, being polite is always good. So, remember to say please and thank you.
Good point, Nikki. Now, let's move on to our next two phrases.
We hope you enjoyed the first part. Now, let's continue with two more common phrases you might need at the airport.
That's right. These phrases are a bit more advanced but still very useful. The first phrase is, "Where is the departure gate?"
And the second phrase is, "Can I have an aisle seat, please?"
Great choices, Nikki. "Where is the departure gate?" is a question you ask to find the gate where your flight will leave. It's crucial to know this to make sure you are in the right place.
Exactly. And, "Can I have an aisle seat, please?"
Is something you might say when you prefer to sit by the aisle for more legroom or easier access. Have you ever needed to ask where the departure gate is, Nikki?
Yes, many times. Airports can be big and confusing. I often ask, "Where is the departure gate?"
To make sure I'm going the right way. Good point. I usually prefer an aisle seat, so I often ask, "Can I have an aisle seat, please?" It's very handy on long flights.
Those are great examples. Now, let's listen to a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me, where is the departure gate for flight 205 to London?
It's gate 12, just down this hall and to the right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Do you need any other help?
Yes, I would like to ask for an aisle seat. Can I have an aisle seat, please?
Let me check. Yes, we have an aisle seat available. I will update your boarding pass.
Thank you. That's great.
Here is your updated boarding pass. Anything else I can assist you with?
No, that's all. Thanks again for your help.
Anytime. Have a pleasant flight.
Thanks.
That was a useful conversation. I liked how Henry asked where the departure gate was.
Yes, it's very practical. You don't want to miss your flight by waiting at the wrong gate.
And asking for an aisle seat is a good tip, especially for long flights or if you need more space.
Right. The airport staff was very helpful and accommodating. It's nice to see how polite interactions can make things smoother.
Definitely, it shows that being clear and polite can really help you get what you need.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to the next two phrases. We hope you found the last part helpful. Now, let's move on to two more useful phrases for the airport.
Yes. These next phrases are also very practical. The first phrase is, how long is the layover?
And the second phrase is there free Wi-Fi in the airport?
Great picks, Nikki. How long is the layover? Is a question you ask to know how much time you have between connecting flights. It's important to plan your time, especially if you need to grab a meal or relax.
Exactly. And is there free Wi-Fi in the airport?
Is something you might ask if you want to use the internet while waiting for your flight. This can be really useful for checking emails or passing the time. Have you ever had to ask about the layover time, Nikki?
Yes, I have. Once I had a long layover in a new city and I wanted to know if I had enough time to explore a bit. So, I asked, how long is the layover?
And the staff was very helpful in giving me all the details. That's a good example. I often ask about Wi-Fi because I like to stay connected while waiting. I simply go to the information desk and ask, is there free Wi-Fi in the airport?
Those are great examples. Now, let's listen to a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me. How long is the layover for the flight to Tokyo?
The layover is 3 hours.
Thank you. Is there enough time to leave the airport and come back?
Yes, 3 hours should be enough, but make sure to return at least an hour before your next flight.
Got it, thanks. Also, is there free Wi-Fi in the airport?
Yes, there is. You can connect to the network called Free Airport Wi-Fi.
That's great. How do I log in?
Just select the network and enter your email address. It's very simple.
Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Enjoy your layover and have a great flight.
Thanks.
Another useful conversation. I liked how Henry asked about the layover time.
Yes, knowing how long your layover is can help you plan your time better. Whether you want to relax, eat, or even explore the city, it's good to know how much time you have.
And asking about Wi-Fi is something I always do. It's nice to stay connected, especially if you have a long wait.
Right. The airport staff was very clear and helpful with the information.
Definitely. Being polite and asking clear questions makes everything smoother.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to two more useful phrases for the airport.
Yes, these next phrases are very important. The first phrase is, what is the baggage allowance?
And the second phrase is, can I upgrade my seat?
Great choices, Nikki. What is the baggage allowance? Is a question you ask to know how much luggage you can bring on your flight. It's important to know this to avoid extra fees.
Exactly. And can I upgrade my seat? Is something you might say if you want a more comfortable seat, like moving from economy to business class.
Have you ever needed to ask about the baggage allowance, Nikki?
Yes, once I was flying with a lot of luggage, and I wasn't sure if it was too much. So, I asked, what is the baggage allowance? The staff informed me of the weight limits and how many bags I could take.
Good example. I've asked to upgrade my seat a few times, especially on long flights. I go to the check-in counter and say, can I upgrade my seat? Sometimes I get lucky and there are available upgrades.
Those are great examples. Now, let's listen to a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me, what is the baggage allowance for this flight?
You are allowed one checked bag up to 23 kilograms and one carry-on bag.
What if my bag is heavier than that?
You will need to pay an extra fee for overweight luggage.
I see. Thank you. Also, can I upgrade my seat?
Let me check for you. Yes, we have seats available in business class.
How much does it cost to upgrade?
The upgrade fee is $200.
All right, I would like to upgrade, please.
Sure, here is your new boarding pass. Enjoy your flight.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great flight.
Thanks.
That was a helpful conversation. I liked how Henry asked about the baggage allowance.
Yes, it's important to know the baggage rules to avoid extra fees and problems at the airport.
And asking about seat upgrades is a good tip, especially if you want a more comfortable flight.
Right. The Michelle was very clear and helpful with the information.
Definitely. It shows how being polite and asking clear questions can really help you get what you need.
Absolutely. We hope you're finding these airport phrases useful. Now, let's move on to 2 more important phrases for the airport.
Yes, these next phrases are very practical. The first phrase is, "Where is the currency exchange?"
And the second phrase is, "Can you help me find my gate?"
Great choices, Nikki. Where is the currency exchange? It is a question you ask when you need to change your money into the local currency. It's very useful if you're traveling to a different country.
Exactly. And can you help me find my gate?
It is something you might say if you are having trouble finding where your flight is boarding. Have you ever needed to ask about the currency exchange, Nikki?
Yes, once when I was traveling to Japan, I needed to change my money to yen. I asked, "Where is the currency exchange?"
And the airport staff showed me where to go. That's a good example. I've had to ask for help finding my gate a few times, especially in large airports. I simply ask, "Can you help me find my gate?" And the staff is always helpful.
Those are great examples. Now, let's listen to a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me, where is the currency exchange?
It's on the second floor, near the food court.
Thank you. Is it open now?
Yes, it's open 24 hours a day.
Great, thanks. Also, can you help me find my gate? I'm looking for gate 18.
Sure. Just go straight down this hall, then turn left. You will see signs for gate 18.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good trip.
Thanks.
That was another useful conversation. I liked how Henry asked about the currency exchange.
Yes, it's very important to know where to change your money, especially in a new country.
And asking for help to find your gate is something everyone might need to do in a large or busy airport.
Right. The airport staff was very helpful and clear with the directions.
Definitely. It shows that being polite and asking clear questions can really help you get what you need.
Absolutely. We hope you're enjoying our series on common phrases at the airport. Now, let's move on to our final 2 phrases.
Yes, these last phrases are essential as well. The first phrase is, "Where can I find a taxi?"
And the second phrase is, "What time does my flight arrive?"
Great choices, Nikki. "Where can I find a taxi?" is a question you ask when you need to know where to get a taxi to leave the airport.
Exactly. And "What time does my flight arrive?" is something you might ask if you want to confirm the arrival time of your flight, especially if someone is picking you up.
Have you ever needed to ask where to find a taxi, Nikki?
Yes, after a long flight, I often need a taxi to get to my hotel. I ask, "Where can I find a taxi?" And the airport staff usually directs me to the taxi stand.
That's a good example. I've often needed to confirm my arrival time, especially when I have friends or family waiting for me. I ask, "What time does my flight arrive?" to make sure they know when to pick me up.
Those are great examples. Now, let's listen to a conversation using these phrases.
Excuse me, where can I find a taxi?
The taxi stand is just outside the main exit, to your right.
Thank you. Is it far from here?
No, it's very close. Just a 2-minute walk.
Great, thanks. Also, what time does my flight arrive in New York?
Let me check. Your flight is scheduled to arrive at 6:30 p.m. local time.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
Another useful conversation. I liked how Henry asked where to find a taxi.
Yes, knowing where to get transportation from the airport is very important, especially after a long flight.
And confirming the arrival time of your flight is crucial if someone is waiting for you, or if you need to plan your onward journey.
Right. The airport staff was very helpful and clear with the information.
Definitely. It shows how being polite and asking clear questions can make your travel experience smoother.
Absolutely. We hope these phrases and conversations have been helpful to you.
Yes, and remember, practice makes perfect. Try to use these phrases next time you're at the airport.
As we wrap up today's episode of English with Podcast, we want to express our gratitude for tuning in and joining us on this journey to improve your English skills.
Absolutely. We hope you found value in learning these common phrases used at the airport. Mastering these phrases can make your travel experiences smoother and enhance your English communication skills.
Remember, learning a language is all about practice and repetition. So, if you feel like you need more practice with these phrases, don't hesitate to replay this podcast. Repetition is key to reinforcing your learning and boosting your confidence.
And for even more learning opportunities and helpful content, be sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on future episodes and have access to a wealth of resources to support your English learning journey.
We also encourage you to give us a thumbs up if you found this episode helpful. Your feedback helps us tailor our content to better meet your needs and preferences.
Lastly, don't keep this valuable resource to yourself. Share this podcast with your friends, family, or anyone else who may benefit from improving their English skills. Together, we can create a supportive learning community and help each other grow.
With that, we want to thank you once again for listening and for being a part of our English learning community.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.
Bye for now.
Bye.